This is water over toilet paper, and today we'll be reviewing 2 Let There Be Carnage. It was directed by Andy Serkis, starring Tom Hardy and Woody Harrelson, Michelle Williams and stuff, and it's about Venom and Carnage and how Venom, he's threatened by Carnage this time or some shit. Now, to be prepared for this movie, I went and watched the first one. I didn't watch the first one when it came out, owing to the fact that
you will be this honest, legless, faceless thing, won't you? Rolling down the street like a turd in the wind.
The Oscar goes to
Venom! First one is hot shit. Now, the second one is an enormous improvement on the first one, but that's not saying much because the first one is just shit. Let's talk about the few positives.
I say either. You say either. I say neither.
Tom Hardy's in it. He's the best part of this movie. And the Venom character itself.
Please let me fix it so I can break it again.
These two play off each other pretty great. They have really good lines, not so funny.
Yummy.
There's a lot of potential here, particularly in the route they decided to take with Venom and Tom Hardy's character. It is fairly obvious they have like a falling out, a little fight or whatever. But it is interesting that they wanted to treat it as a breakup of sorts, which is funny. There's a joke at the end, which is very funny.
Some gold-plated chains would make a nice retirement gift for a very, very good slave.
The action is better. The villain is a little more colorful. The movie looks way better than the first one. It has a pulse compared to the first one. It's a definite improvement, and if you're a fan, you will like it. Okay, so negatives.
So much.
There's a lot. First off, I have no fucking idea why this is rated PG-13. If these things were rated R, they would be such better movies for it. It's very clear that Carnage as a character is inherently violent. Fucking his name is Carnage. And yet there is no violence in this movie. Whatever violence is there is just like, oh, metal crashing against metal. Nothing is gory or as visceral as the title would suggest. And this leads to the biggest problem with the movie. And
Oh, shit!
Whoa, where you going?
That is a red one!
You need to come out right now. We had a deal.
what's gonna happen?
You gonna stop protecting me?
I am happy to eat, Mrs. Chen!
No, you cannot eat, Mrs. Chen.
they have the Marvel problem. They can't take anything seriously. They can't make it sad, which really affects this because one of the more interesting parts of the movie is that Venom wants to eat people, but then Tom Hardy is a nice person, so he'd rather not. And the other sort of terrible thing with this movie is that it's so fucking predictable. Oh my god. You're liable to fall asleep because you can see these story beats playing out ahead of you. It's fucking boring. And here we get into the reason why it's probably so goddamn cuddly and family friendly a brand. And that's because in the after credit scene, you see that Venom is now in the Spider-Man universe. Is that really what people wanted? When I went to the theater, that's what everyone was cheering for. They see the picture of Tom Holland on the screen and fucking everybody went nuts like,
Oh, yeah!
will anyone remember this? Will anyone remember these movies? Like, do you guys think back on these movies and think like, oh yeah, that was a story. That was unique in this. That was a unique entry. Oh, you think like,
Oh, yes! 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 Yes!
it's incompetent writing wise, it's incompetent action wise, it's just so fucking boring, and that's the worst sin it could commit. Just go watch Upgrade's so much better. Just go watch that. As for my rating for this movie, I think I'll give it like I guess a 2. Jakey said
That was quite gay.
yeah, that sums it up. Like, share and subscribe. You can check out our reviews here, and you can check out the podcast bites here, and that's it.